So this is just to kind of let you get an idea for what the book looks like, since it's kind of hard to tell in still shot exactly, you know, what size it is and how it looks. It's actually about the same size as a mass market paperback. So if you set it on your shelf next to one, it's the same height. It's a little bit longer than the paperback, just because I didn't want to make a 1/4 inch cut. But you can really make it about whatever size you want to once you figure out how all the margins interact. It's got just straight up cardstock on the outside, nothing real complicated there, and the inside is just normal printer paper with the story printed on it. So again, lots of white. I printed Word Strings Paradox series, so that has a number of stories in it. So I used each fic as kind of like a different chapter, with this title about halfway down the page, and then the rest of the page is the story. And then for the header, I have on one side Word Strings, the author's name, and then on the other side it's the title of whatever fic it happens to be at the time. And you can just kind of see what the pages look like. Bit easier to tell in the Word document, which I can send if you have any interest. And just, I can explain what each of the individual things I changed about the formatting was, but that'll be easier in text than trying to verbally explain it to you. So to make this, I actually printed off like this. So you have, this is the front of one sheet, and then the back here. I made 3 cuts, one straight across the bottom, one here, and this is actually where it's bound, so this was the binding edge, and then again here, and that's again the binding edge. So that means that the binding edge, actually, it worked out real nicely that I sanded that before I glued it, so any inconsistencies, unevenness there kind of, came out in the wash. The bottom I need to be a bit more careful with, because that ended up pretty uneven. But I was lazy and didn't remake a few cuts, because this is kind of a prototype book, so, okay. So what you do is you make those cuts, or whatever cuts you need depending on what size you make your pages. So then you have a nice stack of paper, however tall. And then you take that stack and you put it in this lovely medieval torture contraption that my dad helped me make. DIY bookbinding is actually where I got the idea from. He's kind of got a better video, which I will link to, that shows how to use this thing. It's nice flat piece of wood with 2 pieces that are screwed in here, and they're at a right angle, so that this is where you can lay your book and make sure that it ends up mesh. And then this front piece is bolted, and it has nice little wing nuts. So what you do is, when you have your stack of paper, you take it and you put it in here, like this. This is going to look a little weird because it's already bound, but I don't have a nice stack of paper that I can demonstrate with. And that overhangs just a little, so that you don't glue to the wooden contraption. So you put it all in here, you flatten it all out, push this down and tighten it, and then you put some glue across here, fold the cover up, and then let it sit and dry, and there you have it. Which, it's really simple now that I've done it. A bit more confusing trying to figure it out, but honestly, the number one hardest part is just getting the formatting down, and a lot of that is just making, your own decisions on what you want it to look like. Second hardest part is cutting well. I was lucky in that Mom has a paper cutter thing that she let me use. Those can be kind of expensive, so you may be better off doing just a larger size book, but, I mean, personal decisions, whatever works for you. If you have any interest in the Word document, I can send it your way. I'll put up another post where I explain, what exactly I formatted, because again, kind of dumb to put in a video. And I will link to the DIY bookbinding site and his video. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, book. Very exciting. Yeah.